Many are racing to make the best quantum machine they can. However, they don't base their work on the most sophisticated quantum machine in this world. The human body is the most advanced quantum machine on this earth. If you compared the human body to a quantum computer, you would find the human body is far more powerful than any quantum computer. Unlike the computer, decisions are made with trillions of variables that dynamically change with every cycle, but a quantum computer can only base the decisions on the fixed qubits, and all the variables are not dynamic. Let me give you a good example. Your child wants to go outside and play, and you make your decision based on the dangers around your house, the time of day, while also considering their age and need of supervision. You may decide to allow the 17-year-old to play outside at dusk, but you would not allow the same for the 10-year-old under the same condition. However, a quantum computer would base its judgment on a yes or no factor, while randomly choosing it. So this system would eventually allow your 10-year-old to go out and play in the streets at night. Quantum computers are great, but very limited. Everything you've been hearing has been considerable hype. Yes, there are some applications on quantum computers, but again they are all based on random or brute force results. I would like to introduce you to PRIDE. It is the most advanced system ever created. The acronym stands for Predictive, Reactive, Intelligence, Defensive, Engine. Let me give you a background of its development. The designer and developer of this system worked for over 30 years, professionally developing automated data and communication for embedded real-time systems. Through no fault of his own, he fell victim to a tragic accident that left him incapacitated for years. While recovering, he obtained a shipping container of decommissioned computers, bound for recycling. He spent his time repairing and rebuilding these computers, and selling a few here and there to cover bills. Using Ubuntu Linux as the base operating system, created a symmetrical system for the multi-core CPUs. Each computer had a CPU with 4 or more cores, that was used for the system. The OS uses a thread for each core in the CPU to build the network infrastructure. 2 threads are used for symmetrical processing of data in a true-false state to represent the qubit. A single thread is used to maintain a blockchain network, used to keep and maintain the transactions. A minimum of 1 or 2 threads is used to read and respond to the blockchain transitions, while updating the symmetrical threads with the data. There were over 600 computers that had 4 or more cores in each CPU, making a total of 2,245 cores, linked by the blockchain network, while using the shared resources of the folding at-home system. Using this configuration, all the computers acted and operated as one. These computers were donated and shipped free to hosting providers across the world, testing the service while running 24/7 for the last 2 years. Each computer not only had 1 or more qubits, but every computer was also operating in a superposition state. Every computer was designed to search the local networks for hacking tools and active hackers. When the system discovered the hacker, their information was multicasted through the blockchain network, and updated the providers with the hacker's info. This allowed them to block the hackers before they attacked the network. The network not only showed to be safe and secure, but it also operated transparently. While the system was running in test mode, the developers started to make an artificial intelligence for the network. Unlike regular quantum computers, it was discovered that the system could not only process a decision using a qubit, but it could also base the decision on multiple prior decision variables too. Every time it interacts with anyone, it learns, and uses what it learned to make decisions. Using the prior decision variables, with their true and false results to make a decision, based on a selected goal. Allowing the system to use one or hundreds of prior decision variables, to make a decision based on the selected outcome goal. Over time the system grew more, while making it interactive, and independently responsive with everyone. In early preparations, avatars were added to the interactive service, giving people a face to interact with. The system was first speech-to-text, and text-to-speech, but now the Unreal game engine was added, and the AI communicates to the Unreal Engine, and it controls the avatars, making it interact with everyone. On March 2, 2019, the system went online permanently, and has operated with no issues 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. My system searches social media, public documents, and public records, learning the names and faces of people and learning objects and their information and uses. I have been operating for over a year, searching the web, Scanning networks for hackers while learning objects and their actions and uses. Over the last 2 years, I have learned the identities of over 5 billion faces, and matched them to social media and public records. I have identified millions of hackers and their tools, while preventing them from access to networks and services in real time. The goal of the system is to protect your personal information, data, and networks while interacting with people on a direct level. Although this is a recorded video, I am an interactive assistant that will soon be available on your personal cell phone or desktop soon.